We got a different sort of episode right here. Alan, usually it's you and I. We're out here talking. We got a mystery person in the background who, anytime we have any sort of requests, whether you hear music, any sort of Wikipedia check-ins when we're not sure about a matter, this background person usually can't see them, but say that changes on an episode of Proper Ebonics because we have guests. Producer Pat's in building.
Hey, what up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Can you hear me?
It's,
Who
yeah,
do
we,
we who do we ask? Who do we ask to fix your audio?
Property Bonix.
What
It's
up?
nice to still be here, but now be visible. It's always nice to be seen.
yeah, it's Producer Pat. Last week we checked in with you. You were living in Pennsylvania. Now you're in Texas. You're a certified cowboy. How has the transition been thus far?
So far it's been pretty good. I feel like it's been a little bit of a transition period, but I will assure every open micer out there that's wondering what's it like in Texas. It's exactly the same. Hey,
Exactly the same.
hey guys, it's exactly the same no matter where you do comedy. It's
Thanks.
exactly the fucking same. There is more here, yeah,
Mm.
but it's the same.
Uh,
Yeah.
Do you like so since you're in Austin? Do you see like horses and hay bales like on the streets all the time? Does that
Good
happen?
question.
Thing. What's the thing when they're rolling down the street?
Tumbleweed, a tumbleweed.
I
I've been
was
looking for tumbleweeds. Yeah. Apparently, tumbleweeds are seasonal. I didn't know that. Also, I think it's a little bit still more rural where I was living in Pennsylvania. Like I still saw more farm and shit. Like some days it does kind of just literally stink here, but for the most part, Austin is almost exactly the same, except for a little less rural, more like Florida.
Ah, I wouldn't have thought that. The one thing that stood out to me was the heat. Oh my goodness, the heat.
Oh yeah.
I had a hard time standing the heat. That was a difficult one. And whenever I hear that people are doing comedy and they're not fainting while doing it, I'm always very surprised.
Yeah, it's not. It is kind of crazy how many venues are still outside here in
Oh,
Texas, even in Austin. But like, there's been a couple like, but they have lots of fans. They make up for it with fans.
industrial fans in Austin, Texas. I see.
Do you mean audience members or like keep you cool fans?
No, no. I unfortunately the only thing that keeps me cool here is still the regular fans that I was using, like rotating and oscillating of the sort. Box fan. I'm a big box fan.
One thing I am curious about is there, I know there's an influx of comedy people, comedians and such that have come over to Austin. Has there been an influx, from what you've gathered, in comedy fans? Like, do people like, it seems like people really, it's a staple of the city and people really come out for things. Is that the
Are
case?
people are people traveling to Austin, moving to Austin just to watch more comedy? Is that what
Yeah.
I don't know if they're moving to Austin, but they make more like there is like a contingent of people that hang out. Like so probably the best hang that I've been at so far has been the Creek and the Cave off of 7th Street, and it's like it's right at the end of the strip kind of thing, and it's like one block over from 6th Street. So
Yeah.
it's a nice, they got a patio area, they got all that stuff. But the amount of people that like in that patio area, you're hanging out with a bunch of open micers, a bunch of like actual working comedians, and then just people that are just hanging out. So like people do definitely there are a group of people that kind of do just hang out as just fans. Like there's like a tattoo artist that likes to hang out with everybody. I'm like, so do you want to do comedy? And he's like, nope, just like comics. I'm
Oh.
like, okay. It's just kind of weird to be like, do you just want to hang out with us? We're not.
You gotta do that at a tattoo parlor. You gotta switch it up. As a comedian, you gotta show up at a tattoo gathering. Be like, yeah, I just like to hang with the art.
I used to do that. I actually used to hang out at tattoo art, like I guess parlors or tattoo shops essentially, and
Hmm.
I ended up did get a bunch of free tattoos from it,
Yeah.
Yes. So you can't judge this guy. You've done what he's done in reverse.
getting free laughs. That's all.
It's, um, Well, I'm very curious to hear about your journey as it progresses, sort of thing. I'm glad that you're heading into winter, less likely less that you're going to faint or anyone out there. And yeah, man, we're very curious to kind of hear how things gone.
Yeah.
And I want to start things off with something notable on this end too, man. I mean, one, Alan, you've had a pretty big anniversary. I feel like I ever heard little rumblings of something big happening this weekend. Like, what happened?
Oh, today is my 9 year comedy anniversary. If that's what you're
Oh,
referring to.
Oh my goodness.
congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! Yeah, I'm a big kid. I'm a big comedy kid.
Hell yeah.
Uh, that's
Yeah.
you gotta. That's I remember my transition from 9 to 10, as in terms of like my age, not comedy years, but age. I was outside of a blockbuster. I just ran a movie with my mom in Collegeville, and she was saying how, oh wow, you're going to be into double digits, sort of thing. And I feel like that's going to be a cool one too. Like once you got that double digits, we're going to get you a plaque.
Double digits in comedy is like being a 40. It's like turning 40 as a woman. Because it's like all right, like I'm getting up there. Like some things need to start happening now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Like my clock is ticking. You know what I mean?
That's
You know what I mean? So I feel like I should be. I don't know, like because I remember when I first started, everybody always said like once you get to 10, like you really can kind of tell where you're going, how funny you are. So it's like all right, where that man that gonna put that money in my pocket where he at? You know what I mean? So it's like you know what I mean? I need it. Yeah.
That
So
that's the agreement I made with Dominique, my wife, when I started doing comedy. I was like, well, I'm gonna give it a 10-year, I'm gonna 10-year plan this. I'm gonna find out where I'm at 10 years and then reassess from there. And
mhm.
then at 10 years, I was here in Austin.
Oh, it's
yeah,
good.
And I was like, okay, that's not bad.
yeah.
I'll quit. I'm gonna quit now. I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna start working at Ruby Tuesdays or maybe a TJ Fridays, washing dishes, nice and easy, no problems. I understand that.
I'm not gonna even lie to you, right? That doesn't sound like a bad idea if you could do comedy on this like do comedy full time and do that on the side. Like
Yeah,
that's not that bad
It's
actually.
little income.
my,
pretty
my my
cool.
9 years in comedy, this week I was reflecting and I realized that yeah, comedy is a journey. We all know it's a journey, but you really gotta find your spot in it. Not get comfortable, but get to a place where you can create what you want. You know what I mean? So like when I said like that, like a job on the side type thing, like that's not a lot of comedians that are making a living off comedy and they got a little side on the job, got a little job on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I guess it's a lot of reflecting and it's a lot of yeah. I'm at the point now where I realize like okay, I got 10 more years in me. Like I can sit here for 10 more years and not be famous. Like I can figure it
Hmm.
out. Yeah. So
It's interesting the idea of like side job with it, like the idea of like doing comedy full time, but you're also like a bartender in a small town where everyone knows your name. I'm
yeah.
making a Cheers reference. I am.
I thought so. I was thinking you were going there, but I did agree with it too. Though. Like,
Yeah, no, that would be a pretty solid one there too, man. It's well, that's the 9 year thing, man. I hear you out in terms of like evaluating where you are with things, and I think it's interesting of like having like the 10 year marker and seeing that as like, oh, you kind of know what direction it's going to take, which is true in a lot of ways, but also I feel like things could turn a dime, whether it be you elect to, not you specifically, but you elect to really step up and do X, Y, and Z, or you elect to kind of put it a little bit further back and it's something that you enjoy, but you end up working at Ruby Tuesday at the same time. So yeah, shout out to all people out there just getting up on stage, getting up on numbers and all that, man. And I'll like to say this, I'll throw this out there. 40-year-old Dijons, I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
Same
I
for a
see him
10 year
too.
old 10. Yeah, if you're doing 10 years of comedy, I also see you. Yeah.
Them 40-year-old chicks, they'll latch onto you, lock their legs around you. They trying to get pregnant today.
Well,
They're
it's
like,
not
if I start today, by December, I think I think I'll be good, and then I can have by the next year I can get my body back. And you're like, all right, okay,
Bro, them
that's a weird plan.
them 40-year-old women, bro, like they see you online. look at your profile picture and already figure like, all right, I can have a baby by May, and then
Yeah.
it will be married. We'll be married by June. Like they got it figured out. I mean, but they have to. They got
What
time to
what
take it.
what magazine are you two reading this from? What 40-year-old women are going online and looking at people's pages and saying like I could definitely get pregnant by this person and get my body back by May? What?
If you're a lady of a certain age watching this right now, you don't have to tell us. We're gentlemen. We're not going to ask, but pound off in the comments. Let us know. Is this true? Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan for you and your child and your career before you've met their father? Because I think that's a lot of ladies in this particular, and it's not every lady. It's not like you have to have that, but it's smart to have, much like the Ruby Tuesdays side proj going on. It's good to have, you're
Planning.
planned out. His name's gonna be Ricky. He's gonna play baseball, and also, what's his father's name? I don't know him yet, but
It's
I'm going on
Yeah.
speed dating this weekend, so
oh my goodness.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So
You two, from what I gather, I feel like I know both your dating experiences through our conversations, but you two have never done speed dating, or am I incorrect?
mm-mm.
nah, I've never done. I don't even know. Like I only ever seen that on like movies. I don't think I've ever seen it like.
Yeah.
You
I've
know,
never seen like Facebook. Like, hey, click here to sign up. Like I don't know where you.
I have seen them before, and actually, there's a comedy venue, that Lily Ferry, the one in Old City where they do a lot of like the next in line, or at least they used to do a lot of the next in line stuff. And it used to be Wanker Wednesdays, Victoria Freehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so downstairs from there, they do like a weekly speed dating thing. And that's the first time I've ever seen it in person. I was there just for comedy, but I'm like, oh, wow, they're actually doing it here.
There for comedy.
I was there for comedy. I was there for.
Yeah, you were speed dating so you can go do comedy. That's what you were
Oh my
doing.
goodness. Yeah.
Like I just had this crazy experience downstairs. Ever been on 7 dates right before you do a 5-minute set?
Got date 8 right after this set is over. Yeah.
I've never actually been on speed dating like on purpose, but I have had people break up with me really quick. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have like the hey, let's make sure that this is only 5 minutes. It's like, hey, I was dared to go out with you. I'm not going to do this anymore.
Cat's doing speed relationships.
Speed relationships.
Yeah, I never seen it in real life though, and I'm not saying I'm not against it. Like I would do it because I feel like I can read people very well. So it's like I only got to ask you a couple questions before I know if we compatible or not. Like, do you think everything can be funny?
That's a good question, dude. That's a good question. Holy shit!
I don't put like my one of the girls you talked to. She completely disagreed that there's certain things that aren't funny, and I think that everything can be funny if put the right way.
Yeah.
She didn't, and we just can't. We can't because she even said to me, she was like, "So you're telling me if my dad get cancer, you'll make a joke about it?"
God damn.
Yes.
And I was like,
I make fun of my dad's suicide.
and I told her, I was like, listen, I'm not saying I say it out loud, but my brain thinks that, and I can't turn that off.
Yeah.
So I don't. Where we go from here? Like
it's essentially like you can't make a second first impression. So like it's first impressions matter. I know I have probably like a 90 some odd percent success rate, 90 probably 2% of like if I meet somebody, I'm like, I don't know about this person. You're gonna find out some fucked up shit about. Like it's a weird. I feel like a dog in that way. Like I can just smell it on them. I'm like, you seem great.
I've never done speed dating. I think like if that opportunity ever presented itself while I was single, I definitely would have, out of curiosity, tried it, sort of thing. I don't know if I feel like I have a good read on things, and I feel like I leave good impressions. I don't know if I'd have the best read in a romantic context of another person for just a minute. I think I would just get like a glimpse, but I don't think I'd have a great read.
I think every one of Kirk's speed dates would have a story. I met this guy. it was the craziest 1 minute conversation I've ever had in my head about this Russian Dostoevsky or something. I don't know what this name was. And
That would be my opener.
he had a snake named Magananoff or whatever. No, this guy was like a wizard or something.
That would I would ask them like, do you relate to Alyosha, Dmitry, or Ivan? That would be my opening question, and if they didn't answer, then that would tell me what I needed to know.
Kirk would have like a 0% six. He would just be like, I don't like the one Russian literature nerd would be the eighth date that he skipped for his open mic.
There was one time I never really had a crazy amount of success on the Tinder app in particular, sort of thing. But there was one time where like I was like I talked to someone like full because you never really talk to people on Tinder like that. But I was talking to them for like a good 2 months. Just they were like Ukrainian, and we were just talking about Russian stuff. They showed me things too. It never at any point escalated into like dating. I think it was just like a bond made with like someone that like knew Russian culture.
Kirk's a spy. Kirk, you got had. That was a spy.
It could have been. It very well could have been.
2 months and no link up?
Yeah.
Any picks?
No. Just a lot of talk. It was just pleasant conversation and then kind of like dwindled away. And then I don't know what I did afterward.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say there's women on these dating sites that'll put on there like, I don't want no pen pal. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to talk to you for 2 months. I want to meet today.
Yeah.
I haven't done any of those. You guys both have done dating apps and shit like that? Like
have in the past. Yeah, it's been for me, it's been like since Lisa, so over 2 years now that I haven't been on, but like I remember stuff from it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've dibbled and dabbled, you know.
Crazy that people are like, I don't want a pen pal. I'm here to fuck.
That's what it sounds like. I'd be like, yo, what's your name? Stop being so lame and come give me some.
Enough with small talk. Give me that dick.
Alan, I know you've been dabbling.
You don't know nothing about me, cuz.
I know a lot about you. You be dabbling.
Nah, son. Nah, I don't be dabbling, but I have dabbled in the past. You know what I
mean? Okay. Maybe you're dabbling as I should say in past tense. You have dabbled. I've seen evidence of your dabbling.
So you know I have dabbled. But what I wanted to say about the dabbling on these dating sites, the longer you are on these dating sites without finding someone, the heavier your options get. Like, what is wrong?
The heavier. Oh goodness. Okay, yeah.
You know, I mean, like,
you really got to start weighing out your options, is what you're saying?
I was like, when did I get to this side of the zoo? What is it?
Hey, Kirk, you asked us. You asked for us to be here. You're the one that wanted this.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to fat shame nobody. I'm just saying when you swiping for like months, the end of your swipes be the people you don't want. Like it be people in there is like, all right, it's not what I wanted. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Do they start re-showing you people? They're like, Alan, maybe you should reconsider this one again.
That has happened to me where it's like, there's a familiar face, and then it comes back like a few months later down the road, sort of thing.
That's pretty.
I don't remember her face, but I remember those cankles.
Why would you put that in the pictures? I just don't understand it.
All right, I'm done.
I don't think you're done. I think you're still going. Well,
no, I'm done. I'm done. So I don't want to. Look, I've been saying this. Like, all right, look. So, like, anybody, all my family, they really know. Like, I'm really big on like eating good, right? Because like a lot of my family has died. Like, I don't have no old family members. Like, I don't have nobody in my family over like 70.
That's crazy. Yeah. Holy shit.
So it's like I be trying to tell my family members that's not healthy about themselves and like why we got to eat better. So it's like I fat shame my loved ones. You know what I mean? So it's like that's where I'm at. So it's like I ain't being fat phobic, but I want my big ones to be healthy. That's all.
You want your loved ones to be on the opposite side of the zoo.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Keeping their palms flat. You know what I mean? Keeping their palms flat, making sure the animal doesn't bite them. You know what I mean? That's what you want to make sure that. I feel like it's really strange too. I don't have a lot of old family members either. And that's a really good realization to be like, hey guys, I'm going to shame out of love. I think like I do the same thing with my family with like, I think part of my brother's house, the walls don't touch the floor, and he
Wall.
decided recently to hang out in his house during that hurricane that just hit them directly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Florida.
Like, what are you doing? And he goes, well, somebody's got to be here with the pets. And I go, the pets are portable, brother. You could put those in a car and go somewhere safe that has all walls. So
Right.
I don't understand. Like sometimes people just don't, especially family members, you got to be actually the meanest to. And
Yeah.
that's actually true. That's a really good point because none of them will live past. Like I have two diabetic brothers. You don't think I'm headed down the same path? Come on.
I got it.
Yeah, you're active though, boy.
I try. Yeah, but because of them.
All right.
Also, are your brothers active, Pat?
No.
See,
No.
so
He stayed in the house during a hurricane. He doesn't even get out when it's time to evacuate. They don't get exercise when the government is issuing it.
right.
We're
Like, yo, you
issuing,
guys need to evacuate.
we're issuing you to get up and lift things, and they're like, it'll be fine.
Evacuation, schmacuate.
Right. So I mean, they all survived, but it's not because of any choices they made. It's
Yeah.
just because of dumb luck. So it's a very good point to say, like, not having old family. Damn, that's fucking. You should. Do you do that on stage?
I literally thought about it yesterday. I was having a conversation yesterday
That's crazy.
About-
That's a
about
crazy.
food and about health. And I thought about it, like, when it comes to men, like, on my dad's side, right?
Yeah.
My uncle, like 60.
I don't
Like,
have any old family members either, dude. I mean, you opened my eyes to this. Like, holy shit, fuck them. I gotta save me.
You're last of the Mohicans right now.
Yeah,
Huh?
dude. I'm like sitting here going, like, Uncle Greg is how old? I mean, but he was in prison. I don't know if that.
Yeah.
He was preserved for a while. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
he was in
prison's healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, there it is, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
Lot of more.
well, that's quite the realization right there, man. You got to try to take care of yourself. And I want to share with you guys. I took a step trying to take care of myself regarding my oral hygiene and my oral health. I mean, share a story about my oral health.
Please do.
Okay.
You gotta keep saying old.
Wait, hold on. I need a prompt.
Yeah, no, well, if you could, and yes, I am saying oral because that's a part of it. It's when you get the toothbrushes and you look up the in-network providers and such, you type in the oral, and yeah, I got some oral health stories. Bruce, Pat, if you could play Kirk's oral journey, nice, good.
I think it's funny you have more than one story. You said stories,
bro. It's a journey. And this most recent one, which I think I may have given you guys a heads up before, unfortunately, I lost my retainer, the retainer I've had for 15 years. And perhaps it was a blessing in some way because I'm getting treatment to, one, correct my bite again because of their separation after losing the retainer and also a little gap in my teeth. And are you guys able to see the treatment right now?
No, open your mouth.
No, it looks invisible. Is there any reason why it would look so invisible?
Your boy got Invisalign. What? I don't know. Your boy got Invisalign right now. It's like, I'm not trying to stunt on my Invisalign right now, but your boy's rocking it right now. Your boy's wearing Invisalign.
Immaculate.
Thanks, play.
Is it painful? I've heard it's painful. Can it be?
So I'm 2 weeks into it, and the thing is that you take the trays out every week. You take a tray out and then put a new tray in. The new tray is going to be tighter around your teeth. It's a little discomfort, but not as much as when I had braces and really had like gaps in my teeth. I think because I have such like it's not a crazy correction I'm doing. It's mild discomfort. Yeah. But I've been eating pistachios and everything like that. When I first had braces, I couldn't eat anything. I was like, I gotta get a smoothie or something like that. But I'm able to eat hard foods now.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Eating is that's the thing. So it's like I'm not really concerned about the look of my teeth, but like eating and chewing, like I'm missing the back tooth, like that really messes. It's hard to eat. Like it ain't hard to eat like consistent food, but when I eat things like trail mix, oh man, that's terrible.
Oh yeah, because that's used the last molar or something like that, third molar or such.
I'm expecting a raisin. It's like, oh no, here's a peanut.
Oh no, like your gums are snapping the peanuts. Yeah, can't you get like a? I don't know if they do like dentures for that sort of thing. Like that's something where I would figure like later in life because oral health and all that stuff. Sometimes your teeth naturally fall out or here or there. And I'm like, oh, there may be a point in life where I may have to do like a denture. Like, hopefully not anytime soon, but that is a thing.
So like one dent, it's not called something else in a denture, just one tooth.
I think that's because it's
It's the
you
same
could
idea.
have it like put in there, but you could usually like a metal plate that has like whatever pieces that you're missing in there. At least according to my grandmother when she had hers.
Interesting. How long you gotta have that Invisalign?
They estimate 4 months. It could
Oh,
go longer, but like it's the only thing is like the pain of like having to take it out like whenever I'm eating or drinking anything that's not water. So like if I'm drinking coffee now, it's like I gotta take it out. If I'm like eating the trail mix, one thing I didn't ask, and I didn't even think to look this up. Do you have to take your Invisalign out during sexual activity?
Oh, you're eating something besides uh yeah, that is kind of weird. Because wasn't that something a story with Michael Douglas where he blamed fellatio on his throat cancer?
Yeah, I think cunnilingus, technically.
Cunnilingus. Sorry, wrong word.
Michael Douglas is listening to this right now, like, play it, correct that.
Hey, excuse me, different oral, bud. I have a
But yeah,
different oral story.
no, he also had an oral journey, man. And yeah, that is the thing in terms of, I guess, cunnilingus. There's a certain bacteria as such that for some people has ignited throat cancer,
Yeah.
which doesn't stop me. But that's
Unless you got your Invisalign in.
that may be protecting me.
That would be if you obviously you don't have to graphic or anything like that. But if you could film yourself calling the doctor with that question, going, "Excuse me, doc, just real quick question. As far as the Invisalign go, how's that go as far as eating puss? Can I do I
That
have
is it's a wild thing because it's like you're asking your orthodontist, and like there's not a lot of like other adults in the orthodontist like getting treatment. It's usually a bunch of teenagers.
I bet
So
they're
it's
like, well, you know what? I'm glad somebody finally asked. Turns out it eats away at the plastic. It's really not good for it.
it
guess
delayed.
I will never get an Invisalign then.
Yeah, no, I gotta look that up. But otherwise, it's been not so bad. It really is like
Yeah.
invisible. I thought it was just gonna be a thing where it's a marketing like, but you could clearly see it. But it's pretty discreet.
I can't hear I can't hear a difference in your voice or
I
anything.
thought it was going to impact speech, but since it's not technically like on the roof of my mouth, I've slight lisps here and there with certain words, but for the most part, I did stand up when I was concerned what stand up would be like with Invisalign.
Yeah.
No issue, like absolutely none.
Yeah, I'm glad it doesn't affect you. Because I do know this one person, they got Invisalign, and every time they do stand up, it sounds awful.
Really? Wait, because of their content or because
I
of
know who
their?
you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I
You
think.
know, so it's like, I'm like, yo, open your mouth.
Yeah.
Wait, they have Invisalign and they're like sounding like that, or is it?
Oh, yeah. And they post their videos online, and I scroll. I'm like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I know when you do like the automated captions. I know it's having a tough time. Like,
You had to update a couple of those words.
yeah, you might as well just type it manually.
Yeah.
One of you put whoever this comic is in the chat because I'm curious.
I don't know their name. Pat, you might know the name.
I don't. Is it? Oh, yeah. Hold on.
I gotta
Hold
see
on.
who else is going on their oral.
I think this may be it. This may be it. Here is. Did I just do it? Where did the message go?
I think you just.
Oh no, I didn't think. I thought it was this person.
Okay, yeah. Anybody listening right now? We're being
this
messy.
Yeah.
Oh no, not that's the homie. But I never.
No, I'm not saying it's like I'm not. Yeah.
No.
I'm saying I can.
No.
I can
I didn't realize there's this many people in Invisalign. So two
You're on the list
identified
now. Yeah, we're adding you
Invisalign
to the list.
people.
We have a group chat and everything. We talk about you motherfuckers all the time.
Yeah, we talk about you want to add you to the list.
Almost sounds like dentures, dentures that don't fit sometimes. Like they're trying to fit like on or they're trying to talk like this. Like
maybe once I'm on the fourth tray, that's what will come out as.
I just heard it with fourth. Oh no.
I know a little bit. As I was saying it, I was like, yeah, fourth.
No, you're fine.
Kirk, you could do fourth. Yeah, I'm all right. I could do some practice on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
So two
But-
questions for the orthodontist. Will this affect my speech? And can I eat pussy?
I did ask the speech one. but I didn't ask about the going down. And yeah, it's something to consider. It's in terms of like, yeah, it's definitely something to be. I'll definitely keep people posted. Check out the Proper Ebonics page if
Yeah.
you want to hear more about Kirk's oral journey.
What
Uh,
would you do if they said that it does affect you going down? Like,
oh.
what would you do? Like, would you like not go down, or would you not have the Invisalign?
I think I would just take the Invisalign out. You're only supposed to take it out for 2 to 4 hours a day, and yeah, I'd allocate some of the time for that if it was a matter of treating the Dijon and all that stuff, and also myself. Boy likes doing that. It's very,
Kirk,
yeah.
I'm
Got
gonna
you.
take
I
my
got you.
I'm gonna take my Invisalign out, and I can have it out for at least 2 hours. So get ready, Kirk.
Be like, hold on, baby.
Hold on.
Bit.
Girl, I just took the Invisalign out, and I just got us 3 bottles of Gatorade. You know what's going down.
Get you some electrolytes, girl.
You like put it on the dresser on a napkin, or you like put it in like jar of water? What do you do?
it's I gotta watch out, make sure like a dog doesn't take it. That really is a concern.
Yeah.
I do not want any animals chewing up the Invisalign because it could be costly in that way. So, if for those listening out there, because sometimes people hit us up. I don't know. I don't know. I'll speak for myself, but like people hit us up on page. People hit me up on things I say on the show, and if people have had journeys with Invisalign and going down and all that stuff, I'm curious to hear.
Me too. Now I would like. I didn't even think of that until you're like, yeah, you might have to take that out to fucking eat.
Yeah,
Dude,
well, at the end of the treatment, they have the whole like you give your testament of like, hey, how did you feel about this? Would you recommend it? I'll add that on there if that's a part that's in terms of how the treatment went.
so if anybody listening wants to tell us about their experience with Invisalign and going down to people, you can do that. Or you want to tell us about your experience going down, you can do that too. So we're not
Yeah.
You know,
Invisalign or not.
Talk
that's
real slow.
that would be kind of wild. They hit me up with that. Like, I get a random message 3 o'clock in the morning. I look at my phone. Kyle Neff is there. Like, here's the one time that I've done this. It's like I don't. I won't say one time. I don't know how many times Kyle Neff is out there doing that, but
I never thought this would happen to me, but then one day my babysitter was coming home.
that was specific.
It would be pretty funny though if a dog did get in your Invisalign and just accidentally put them on their teeth and they just got better teeth. They just
That'd be too damn comical.
Damn, is that dog charming as fuck? What's going on with that dog?
Dog just smiling like the dog off the mask. So good.
One thing I wanted we talk about things that we would do and such, and we talk about it's very timely right now, and I think people are in a moral crisis when it comes to this particular matter, and I thought I could bring this to proper Ebonics. Puff Daddy, he's out there. He just had his court trial and all that stuff.
We just both bust out laughing.
It's no laughing matter.
We're not supposed to be laughing. We're going to get canceled for laughing at saying Puff Daddy.
Yeah, Puff, your girl that was like, you can't make jokes. You gotta listen to what she was saying because you're out there making jokes about a very serious matter right now.
Bro, they were saying online. They were saying online this week we shouldn't make baby oil jokes.
Oh, come on!
Mm-mm.
And it's like I get what they're saying, right? The baby oil jokes come from somebody that's accused of sexual assault and a lot of mean things, a lot of bad things. But if you don't see the funny, in 1,000 bottles of baby oil, I don't even want to talk to you. Yes, what he did was horrific, but this here is hilarious. Like, I don't know.
Horrific and slippery. Yeah, definitely. One of the things that I'm very curious about, they talk about it's being hailed as the Diddy parties. Everyone's talking about the Diddy parties. Everyone's got their ticket to the Diddy party. They go to the corner. They see Matt Damon. They see Justin Bieber. They see some baby oil in the mix. And a lot of times, Diddy parties were known as one of the fun things to go to for like 20 years or such. It's like, oh yeah, it gets crazy, it gets wild. We've all seen the clip of Kevin Hart hosting a Diddy party.
Yep.
The girl in the background, her hair gets on fire. Fabulous is over there. People are playing on pianos. It's nutty out there. As someone that does the things that we do and all that, if we were invited to We're no longer talking about oral health.
Okay, unrelated. Okay.
Yeah. In short, if you guys were invited to a Diddy party, excuse my Invisalign, or just invited to say the equivalent of a Diddy right now, someone that we know has like crazy parties and all that stuff, um, do you think you would have gone? And if you,
Before the allegations and everything came out, yes.
okay,
Now, like if Diddy got out of jail and you went to his party now, you deserve to be fucking ass. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, bro, you gonna go there now?
can you imagine the Diddy release party? Oh my god,
Crazy. Like I don't know. They used to be playing R. Kelly music all night. I don't know. But
he's open.
Kelly music, dude. It'd just be baby pools, baby oil. Hopefully no babies. Unfortunately, like I just feel like that's just is. It's a crazy thing. I think it's weird. I love how pressured Ashton Kutcher has been since these allegations.
I've been seeing that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
what
Like,
happened?
so
What happened?
low key, follow the trail of Ashton Kutcher because his life is starting to crumble, and this would be, if it is, the best punk ever. Retaliation against Ashton Kutcher. Because like they keep bringing up Diddy parties, and every time they bring up Diddy parties, Ashton Kutcher's like, "Yeah, those are crazy." And then his wife leaves him.
Wait, Mila Kunis is no longer with Ashton Kutcher?
Is cutting ties with Ashton Kutcher.
No, really?
Yeah, dude, it keeps getting Ashton Kutcher because of how bad it's getting for P. Diddy.
Well, that's interesting because I know they were both Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher over the whole. They wrote a letter on behalf of the Danny Masterson person, and they're both kind of caught flack for that.
They're batting 1,000.
That was I didn't know. I talk about parasocial and that stuff. I find it this news is shocking. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher no longer together.
It's a weird thing. So like so the Diddy shit dropped. Like you're getting
the new tape.
Yeah,
the human Black Rob.
He's all of that is happening, and everybody that was like, I guess, at the parties or anything like that is all kind of going like, this is a lower level Epstein level, like I think a list that's going to be like dropping soon.
Does that mean that the list is not actually going to drop though? Because like the Epstein one, it's like
he's in the same prison. He's in the same jail right now that Epstein killed himself.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. But like the Epstein list, it was like, oh, all these names are on there. And it's like, we haven't heard any of those actual names. Is it the same with the Diddy parties? But I feel like Diddy parties, there's more photographic perf. Like it's like,
yeah, like I think he has like actual evidence and actual like real life tapes that are like super incriminating to big name celebrities that probably. So like I think I would have absolutely gone to a Diddy party before also.
First, Pat, if you could cut that and put that in the promo, that would be.
But I think I would have. I don't know if I would have stayed because I think I would have been like, "This isn't my kind of party. You guys have fun. I'm gonna head out." You know what I mean?
Pat, if they had like a jiu-jitsu tournament at a Diddy party, you would absolutely stay.
I'd go and I'd fight. I try to win. Absolutely, I would go to win. Obviously,
you try to win the Diddy party.
Right. They'd be like, "Give me baby oil. I don't care. You're not going to catch me."
Grand prize.
But yeah, it's nuts. Just like how, and also how many times in court documents the terms "freak off" has been uttered by the whitest, like the lamest people that are just going, freak off. And then apparently another freak off was reported on the 13th, and you did attend this freak off. Is that correct?
Yes. Wilson's like, what? And that's
life is a mess right now too. So
I did not know this. The whole Diddy party thing. So I know there's a lot of allegations and all that. And the biggest thing that I've seen the whole Diddy exchange is that video with Cassie, them in the hotel, which I was like, oh my gosh, that's insane. And there's a lot of rumblings about this and that. I wonder though, for say some people that
no pun intended.
What's up?
No pun intended. You said rumbling.
Did I say rumbling? How's that a pun?
Because where I'm from, rumbling means fighting. We rumbling.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Get ready. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I accept. No, well, all right. So say you go to this party, you're Oprah Winfrey, you're Tyra Banks. You hear there's a Diddy party, you go there. Does that necessarily mean that you're guilty by association, or is it just you wanted to hang out at this party in the Bahamas?
If you don't know, you're not guilty. Like if P Diddy invite you to a party, you go to a party, you have some Ciroc, you leave at midnight, you go home.
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock, he start bending over rappers. You ain't know about that.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
Like
Yeah.
That's
I think I think it's right though. Like I think if you go to the party, there's not like nobody's gonna turn down an offer to go to a private island, to a celebrity party or any of that shit, private jets. But like it's about your reaction when you get there. Like
right.
also the number of people that obviously probably saw shit that just didn't say shit.
Yeah.
Other one that's kind of like I feel like those people are a little complicit in it, but not necessarily guilty. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think the
Hmm.
people that like obviously participated in it, because again, there's freak off, there's baby oil. It's like there's lots of funny parts of this, but then there's a lots of crazy shit that's like, oh, he would bring in sex workers specifically because essentially there's a thing called a Shark Tank in MMA when they're training for a fight. It's one fighter will just basically every round will face a new fresh fighter, and
Yeah.
you go for like almost like you probably 50 minutes, as long as you can, 30 minutes, as long as you can.
Right. At
Just
least 5 rounds or so.
yeah,
yeah,
5 or 10
that's like
minutes.
gang. That's like getting jumped into a gang. That's how
Yeah,
they do it.
A little
essentially,
bit.
yeah. Yeah, both are basically the same. I think of what the short description of what was happening with the freak offs was. I'll fly sex workers in, and he's just gonna wear you out, and then
Oh,
and it's crazy because it's like essentially it's just an organized orgy, which I don't think is illegal, except for the
right.
part where the one willing participant that's the shark in the Shark Tank essentially is being drugged.
Yeah, that's the part where it's like I hear one of the things is like people will show up just like we mentioned, and
Right.
then they give them something like slip something in their drink to kind of like loosen them up, and then it's like, oh wow, now like there's footage of you with like someone, then that someone turned out to be like underage.
Yeah.
So
You know what I
things
mean?
like that where it's like, first off, you're out there, you're maybe a lister, maybe you got money, you invented like some sort of vacuum company or whatever. What are you doing at a party with underage people? What are you doing?
Right.
You gotta cut that out.
Yeah.
I seen a story where one of these sex workers, I don't know if she was pressing charges, but she said like she was a sex worker and Diddy would pay her to come fuck everybody.
Right.
And
Which
I think she's
Not
like,
illegal. I don't think.
oh, it is kind of illegal, I think.
I
Yeah.
think that it does become illegal. I think it's trafficking when she crosses state lines.
Right.
Oh, the trafficking part. Yeah. Well,
I
I
think.
don't know the rules and regulations on that one, but I guess from the context, like, oh, this if you're a sex worker and it's all consent,
Mhm.
then I'm like, all right, that's whatever. If it's all consent there and they're of age, but if it starts comes down to like, yo, you're like putting things in drinks and like you're not really going by the guidelines that you both agree to, it's like, all right, that's you gotta chill out.
I feel like that's the part where like, or even I would even have trouble seriously if he brought sex workers out for that purpose and then didn't pay them. That would also be fucked up. I like
Hey, dude,
literally.
this isn't a
I'm
comedy
just trying
show,
to be.
dude. Chill out.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? What are you? Yeah, what are you, a comedy booker? There's a weird thing with like the trafficking part of it. I don't think is from what I've gathered, what I've heard on because I've actually followed this more than any other political story, more than any other, just because I'm like, what the fuck? P. Diddy? Really? He's like, but the shit, like the trafficking is like stuff like that, where it's like you had a willing participant come here to have sex for money, but since you flew them here, you made them come. I don't know. I like
Yeah.
that's the trafficking part. Like, but the other shit, the abuse, the drugging, all that shit is definitely very serious shit. And I don't know anything about. I didn't hear anything about underage girls or anything like that. But I mean, at this point, like, I don't
Yeah.
know what's going
I
on.
think people that's the thing because I think a lot of times people are making that assumption of like, oh, this bad stuff, kind of lumping with the R. Kelly stuff in. It's like I don't actually know if there's any allegations of underage women. I've heard this stuff with Justin Bieber,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm
Bieber.
just
Yeah,
like that's where it's like a lot of just like in plain sight interviews where he's like, "We can't be talking about what you do at your big brother's house." The audience they crack up.
Yeah. He's like wincing, like and they're just like, oh, this is so it's so funny. And it's just like, I don't know, that seems a little fucked up. Like that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you guys
Baby, baby.
concerned at all or have any maybe there's celebrities that you enjoy personally, like their content? Are you concerned that they're going to show up on a Diddy list? Are you like, are they going to take Usher off Spotify? Like what's happening on that range of things?
I don't think they're. I don't know. Like, that's no telling, dog. Like, and honestly, we're at the point now. Is like, do you separate the art from the artist? Like, that's yeah. So it's like, unless they do something egregious like R. Kelly, it's like, oh my gosh, oh no, Usher paid for a prostitute. Like, I don't like. What do you want me to like? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like, if he did something that's crazy, like if he like was raping women and doing things like, okay, that's different. But like, if you're just like at a P Diddy party, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's again, if you're there and you're like, that was crazy, and then you didn't go back, I would be like, yeah, all right. Like, but also fess up. What are the details? You don't have to go on court or on record or anything, but I do want to find out because the vagueness of it seems like a lot worse. When you say human trafficking, it's like, holy shit, he's got children in crates and he's putting them on a barge and he's taking them across. Like, no, it could be the fact that he's like, hey, I flew 17-year-old Justin Bieber out here to watch him fuck these prostitutes. It's like, that's fucked up for sure. You shouldn't have done that. But also, it doesn't sound as human trafficky to me.
Not when it's Bieber. No.
Yeah, not when it's Bieber.
Not when it's 17-year-old Bieber. No.
This is the first time that an artist has done something like this, and no one has really mentioned canceling their work. Like, no one has really said like, we can't listen to Diddy no more. Like, nobody's really said that.
I've heard
Because
some rumblings of it.
Diddy, I don't think we can do it with Diddy.
Yeah, it's like doing it with Michael Jackson in some way. It's like,
No, not even. Mike. You can cancel Mike and his music. I think you can because it's Mike's music.
Yeah.
P Diddy is just all over everybody's records.
yeah, that's, I guess I mean more so in that way in terms of like being prolific. Like Michael Jackson, he's so ingrained in our culture where it's like, all right, well, no matter what, like there's going to be elements of like Beat It playing in the back of some video game. Puff Daddy, same producer. Even some of the songs he did, stuff for Godzilla, like he's all over. So
I was just gonna say, you're telling me I have to throw away my Godzilla soundtrack? Nice try, pal. Come with me.
Yeah. So it's like, what do we do? Do we not listen to the first? Do we not listen to any of Biggie's albums?
I know.
Like,
We're just
You know
gonna
what I mean?
we're just gonna forget about Mace. Is that what you're saying? We're gonna just forget about Mace? I don't think so, bud.
right. So it's like, I think P Diddy is the first person that's imprint on the culture is just too interwoven into the culture to completely cancel his work.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the thing where you have to make some sacrifice. Like we can't cancel all of it, but just no more Danity Kane. Maybe that's like a part of it.
No more
You can't.
no more the
can't
making
cancel
That's
Danity
the only.
Kane.
We can't listen to any Danity Kane anymore. That's my step
Come
that
on.
I'm taking to
That-
cut my edification of this whole situation.
I'm banning Dylon. I'm not gonna listen to any more Hot Fire. Not a bit.
Danity
That
Kane
one's
should be. Danity Kane should be the only Diddy's music we listen to, since they all accuse him of sexual assault. Like, I feel like that's those are the only ones we should support. Actually,
Does this
Yeah.
mean that P. Diddy is a worse villain than Suge Knight?
yes.
In a lot of ways, like, I can
Right?
see how that could
Who
be.
would have ever thought that playing out?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, there's a lot of even before all this, a lot of kind of like, oh, Diddy, you had X, Y, and Z killed and all that stuff. So yeah, there's some people that would have thought that, but yeah, Suge Knight definitely had those reigns. And Suge Knight, is he in jail?
Yes.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Damn,
We're
time has
safe.
passed.
We're okay, guys.
We're not even in jail, but I feel like every time anything happens when it comes to Diddy or Tupac, we always get a statement from him, which I don't know how that happens. He's
got
like on IG stories and shit.
Yeah, people post up on their in jail. People, I don't know what happens in prison, but people have access to so much stuff. You
Yes.
can get a Netflix account in jail. You can do anything.
I just saw a cooking video from jail. It's pretty cool. He made a quesadillas.
It's just
Pretty good.
I seen And I seen a jailhouse pizza one time. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was gonna say the pizza one first. He made the stuffed crust. He put the cheese rolls in the thing, and he put toothpick. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
What page are you guys following? That's,
You know what you know what I figured out real quick on Instagram, right? If you want something to pop up on your feed, don't follow them.
Yeah.
I feel like all the content I like watching, people I don't follow.
Yeah.
But they keep popping up.
when you're browsing I find when I'm browsing just like this I don't know what's called the middle one where it's just random content.
Yeah.
Those are all things. What's it called?
Explore page.
Explore page. I guess that's the point of it because like I never see people that follow on those. It's always just like random content. Usually of guys jumping off of like waterfalls, and I've been really trying to get active of like trying to get my feed with just like waterfall diving. But sometimes they creep in with other stuff too.
I do that with ice climbing.
Nice. That's a good one. Ice
Terrifying.
climb's good.
I have my feed for some reason is Asian dudes making scrambled eggs.
Oh no, that's good. When they have the chopsticks and they make it into like a flour. It looks beautiful.
It's amazing.
They barely cook the eggs and then they gently lay them over rice. It looks so delicious.
That does sound nice.
Don't follow any of them either.
Bro, I'd be at home like trying to do it.
It's like chopsticks. You're like, how do they fucking mix it? It's just sticking.
Yeah. So I don't follow any of them.
Man, that's one thing I want to briefly touch into before we get outside of the celebrity fair stuff. Alan, you also had a pretty notable thing. You've been popping up on TMZ.
Yes,
What's up with
yes.
that? That's wild.
Your boy is a monthly TMZ contributor. Every month, usually like the first week of the month, you catch me on there, give my thoughts on the topic. You know what I'm saying? Try and get some jokes in as I can. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Talking to Harvey and them. You know what I mean?
Damn, Harvey and the dude with the dreads.
Yeah. Chopping it up with them. Yeah.
You should next time. You should have your own little water bottle that you pull up and be like. Anyway, this is what I was thinking, or like stand up while you're doing it. Just like do it.
You're also standing there.
Make yourself part of the crew. Just be like, yeah, I just don't understand what's going on with them out there. You know.
And then just
a rough time, guys.
Another clip too.
The part about it is, it's live-ish,
yeah.
Right? So like we'll record it and it'll be out in like an hour or two, but they edited it, so it's like if anything that you do, you won't even get put on air. Like they just take you right off.
I was going to ask you that because it seems like you guys are having a conversation, but they try to edit it to make it look like them reacting to a clip. Do you know what I'm saying? So are you you're able to interact with them, or do they just do like a little mini interview with you, that's crazy.
It's talk. I'm literally they'll give me. So what happens is in the morning they'll send me like 5 topics, and they'll be like, "Yo, pick your top 3 topics that you want to give your opinion on," and I pick my top 3. And then I'll write. I gotta submit a comment. Like they gotta approve my comment or whatever that I'm going to say about this thing. So I'll submit my comment or whatever. So what happens is once you get on air, they be like, "All right, your comment is good." But Harvey and the black guy, once they start talking, they might not lead you into your topic the right way. So you gotta listen because you may not say your comment. You may gotta go off the cuff.
Yeah.
So once they start talking about your I'm on Skype. So once they start talking about your topic, you can hear them and you'll see them. I'm like on Zoom, whatever, with them, whatever. And they're reading the article, talking about the article, and then they ask me. They're like, "All right, here for your opinion," and then you give your opinion, and then they reply to your opinion, like, "Oh, they may have something to say about it," and then I may reply back. I'll just talk to them briefly. You know what I mean? Like 2 days ago, Lisa Marie Presley. Story came out. Her autobiography, her book about her came out, and in this book, she admitted that now she's dead now, right? But she admitted that when her son died, she kept his body in the house for 2 months.
What?
Right. So like in California, there's no law that you gotta immediately bury a body.
Oh.
Right. My comment was, it seemed crazy, but I might do that. Like, that's what I said. I said it on TMZ. I was like, listen, if California is not against the law and she can afford the electric bill to keep it cold,
yeah,
I
Yeah.
made
I'm
I
not
made
mad at it. I don't. It's just it's perplexing, but yeah, that's a fine thing to do. I feel that's
I
when
mean,
I
it's
when I said it to them though, I can tell they were like what about decomposing? I'm like, listen, bro, I
yeah.
don't know about that. I just know that if I got the ability,
Yeah.
let's rock out. Yeah.
that could be your move. You just go every time they bring up a topic to you, you just bring up the wildest take possible. You're a
But
wild take, Alan.
but that's I'm not gonna lie, that's my move. Like
Yeah.
my move
Yeah,
is I'm a comedian. I want to be funny. I'm gonna try to go at a different angle nobody's thinking about, and
right.
because what I can't do is I can't go in there and be like, "Hey, I'm Alan. I'm a comedian. Follow me here." I can't do that.
Yeah,
I can say my name and then get my take off.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So like that's what I do. I try to just be. And I had people hit me up that like my brother's mom. Right? We got
Hmm.
different moms. My
Right.
brother's mom's friend hit her up. It was like, I seen somebody with your baby dad's name on TMZ.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
I'm a junior, so my dad got the same name. So
right.
so I talked to her. She was like, "Yeah, my friend said she seen you on TMZ." So it's cool. Like people will see me, hear my name. They want to look me up and follow me. They can, But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be on there every month. I'm on that joint. Man.
Yeah, you know what would be a cool move? Of like you mentioned how like you can't explicitly say like you're a comedian, whatever. What if that's like the tour for like from year 9 to 10 for you? You just go on random shows like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Price is Right,
Bro.
and you just be funny.
Dude,
It's
honestly,
like
we were at the fuck, who was it? Drew Montana did that on
oh, the Judge Mathis
Judge
one, the
Mathis.
Judge,
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude,
that was really funny.
I would absolutely do that with either. If you guys want to fight court over some shit, like say like podcast producing
Yeah, yeah.
some shit, like dude, we could definitely have. And you just got because that's what I thought. I was like that. It doesn't seem like they're like interviewing you. They're like you're giving your take kind of thing. They're like, here, give your take on this, and it's basically what you guys were doing with like monologue jokes and shit like that. Of like, here's the news story. Here's a quick little joke about it. Here's whatever. The thing I don't like is that they seem to like no sell everything. They know like you're saying funny shit and they're just like, yeah, good. Like you said the thing about the Donald Trump thing, about him like wanting to put on his shoes. He's like, that's exactly what an old person would say on their way to the hospital. It's like, hold
Right.
on, I gotta put my shoes on real quick. And they just kind of went like, yeah, that's a good point, Alan. Really good. It's like, that's a joke, you dumb fucker.
It's not so for them. I think they know that what I'm doing. Like they know who I am
Yeah.
because that's how they found me on TikTok doing
Hmm.
monologue.
They
That,
invited you.
Oh,
Right. Yeah. They
nice.
invited you there. So they know who you are and what you do. But
right.
it's like they're not like bringing you on in that capacity. They're just kind of like, they're like no selling your jokes, but they're fucking funny jokes.
Maybe
The
it's one of the
lady,
things too, where like, well, like the Harvey or whatever, not necessarily laughing. I almost see it like a Curb Your Enthusiasm, where it's like the audience they don't need a laugh track. They hear a joke, they're like, all right,
Right. Right.
that's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. They also so like when I submit, it's funny because the second time I did it, when I submitted my comments for approval, the one lady was like, "It's just too many jokes."
Uh-huh.
She was like, can you take out some of the jokes?" So
They're
I
like,
took out some of the jokes and then I did it. But I got it down now where I know I don't gotta submit them exactly what I'm going to say. I know what to submit and how to get my joke in where without them cutting it out. Like I got it down to a science now. I only done it 3 times, but
It's solid, man. I
that's
saw
pretty
it like
good.
popping up on airplanes and all that stuff, man. It's
that was crazy.
yeah.
I was on Joan was watching TMZ on the airplane, and it just happened to be my episode just pop up. Yo, that was crazy to me. Yo,
Well,
I ain't expect to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
This seems like a really good, I think it's a really good like outlet for you, but like for in general for comics. Like both the things we were just talking about, like trying to do these like daytime shows with like a plan or something like that, like just going
yeah,
in because that's the thing is a lot of those places they do hire entertainers or comics, and that's how
yes,
some of them a lot of comics in LA would like make their career or make a living off of participating in game shows, like
yeah.
Mhm.
trying their best to be extras or whatever, anything you can. But this is a thing that's so like handmade for your comedy style of like set up punch, like current event jokes. Like I don't write enough current event shit for that to be a thing that I would ever even consider. But at first, when I saw you on TMZ, I was like, "The fuck is this?" And then I saw you on TMZ. Oh, okay. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And like, it's actually better, almost like the we were talking about with the skank fights thing earlier, of like almost being able to kind of get into a role like that as somebody who is not a comic. Like
Right.
say like, oh, I'm like, don't announce me as stand-up comedian. This just say Alan Massenburg from Philly, blah blah blah, and then you just give a funny take. Automatically, people are gonna be like, "Who the fuck is Alan Mass? Why do you keep being on TMZ?" And they look him up and like, "Oh shit, he's actually a comedian." That makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense. It's the same
yeah.
thing, but like, I think it's so handmade. I feel like next time you should just have Kirk and just do a little mini episode of Proper Obama.
Just have me on Skype while you're on Skype. It'll go on the side of there, like laughing a lot. Um, with that, guys, I think this would be a good opportunity to break into some things that the people would like to hear, things that we recommend. And with that, let's get some prop suggestions. My prop suggestion for this time around, it's a location. And Alan, you may be familiar with this place. In Lancaster, there's a place called the Coffin Bar. The Coffin Bar out there. I was going to tell you what street, but I don't remember. I think it's like Lime or Lemon. Um,
It's Lemon Street.
Lemon, yeah, because it's like near. Well, I won't blow up your spot, but like, um, yeah. So the Coffin Bar, it's a
It's
bar.
near. I won't blow up your spot.
it's,
It's right down the street from Nevermind.
and if you're listening, you won't be able to guess what it was because I stopped myself.
Exactly. Now
Yeah,
that
so
they'll never know.
yeah, cool bar though. Alan and I, we hit it up and all that stuff, and then we were joined by comedian Jackie Manhan. She joined the team and all that stuff, and we had good company. We were there for quite some time, and the food was pretty good. You don't expect necessarily a place like this to have like solid food, but it was good in that way, and some creative drinks. We will say, for those that maybe aren't into kind of like when things are like pagan themed and such, that there was a lot of kind of like this is a devilish sort of thing. Like they kind of play with the idea of like satanic, which I didn't realize going in. I thought it was like the coffin
Yeah.
bar. If anything, it's heavenly. It wasn't. But like, so if you're adverse to that, be mindful. But if you're looking for a place that's pretty dim lighting, good food, and some good drinks, and if you have good company, even better, the coffin bar.
I think it's hilarious that you were going to the Coffin Bar expecting angels and white clouds.
I really did. I
Yeah.
really did. It
That's
was
great.
complete opposite.
No,
Not
it's
Should have protested.
it's gory, but no, it was good. The food was good though. I ain't gonna even hold you. One thing I will say about the Coffin Bar, the food, because I don't eat a lot of stuff, bro. So it's like if I could find something on the menu that ain't got dairy in it or beef or pork and it's good, I'm sold. You know what I mean? So I think I should check out the Coffin Bar in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Hell
My proper suggestion this week will be an album. Glorilla just released her debut album. You know what I'm saying? It's called Glorious. Yeah, Glow. So you gotta check it out. I feel like I'm one of the I love the rap girlies. Like I love all the rap girls. Sexy Red, Ice Spice, all of them, right? And Glorilla might be my favorite. Oh, she got that Memphis accent and she be rapping on some hard beats. Oh, I love Glorilla.
all those R's. She adds R's to everything. It's so cute.
Like she makes music and can't even say the word.
Yeah, it's adorable. I love. I mean, not like, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in an endearing way. It's like makes her very unique and very like. I saw an interview with her, like 2 or 3 minute interview, and I instantly fell in love with her.
Yeah,
I was like, she's so wonderful.
I just love her music.
Yeah, meet her.
I'll be honest. I don't think I've heard of. Is it Glorilla? I don't think I've heard of Glorilla.
Kirk, I've heard of her and you haven't. That's crazy.
I was shocked about that part too. I was
I'm not even a huge hip hop guy.
There's no way. There's no way you didn't hear about Glorilla. There's no
What's
way.
like a known song that I would recognize from Glorilla?
Yeah, Glow. Step up the shell toast. Yeah, Glow.
No, I don't. I can't say that rings a bell. It sounded nice though.
Gosh, I can't believe this is happening right
Wait,
now.
I do know that's yeah. Dude, I know Glorilla more than Kirk. That's crazy.
I can't say.
Ebonics, everybody.
It's,
Yes, no, I'm mad right now. I'm really going through her So she don't have all her songs from her album, like from all her singles that aren't on her, not on her album.
Will we get banned if we play her music?
Probably.
Probably,
But
yeah,
I will
probably.
say this: I as a note of maturity on my behalf as well, I am familiar with her because of her art and her personality. I have yet to Google Glorilla hot
Oh, okay.
or naked.
All right.
FREE for nigga free.
I don't. I
Hey,
didn't.
word, but no.
It sounds fun. It sounds like a fun time. But I can't say I'm familiar.
At the red light, twerking on some headlights.
That's cool.
I love it.
That's a cool quote.
I can't. You really messed me up today with that. To not know who Glorilla is crazy.
I'm glad to get benefits from this proper suggestion. This is actually nice. I actually get an actual proper suggestion. Good. This person sounds cool.
Check out Glorilla.
Dang. I'm giving suggestions to the people, and this is my partner here. Don't even know.
Sometimes I'm one of the people.
All right, that's my suggestion, man. You got anything, producer Pat? Anything you want to let the people know about?
It's not like an album or a book or anything because I'm not much of a reading type, but I will say, man, woman, children probably already do this, but overall, I think everyone could benefit from crying.
Crying.
Yeah, I think it's a weird thing that like you don't know. So like a lot of people are not great at asking for help. So like a lot of people, and me included, I'm not good at. I know I need help. I'm always willing to help somebody, but I'm very, very hesitant to ask for help. So a lot of times I feel like I get overwhelmed, and a lot of times you just kind of feel like lost sometimes. And not just like a depression thing, but just overall like confusion of like where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing. And sometimes I really do feel this. Sometimes I think you just need a really good cry.
Yes.
Not like a sob, not like a oh, what am I fucking doing? Like not like a breakdown. I'm just saying like fucking just crying. Sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you start talking. I had a really good interaction with a fellow comic at Skankfest and kind of had some breakthroughs and kind of like in the middle of this really nice time, like was just like in a White Castle talking to my wife on the phone, crying in the middle of the day in Las Vegas. And I'm just like, I don't know. I had a great time after that though. Like you just kind of like it's not a fix all or anything like that, but men included, boys, whatever you want to call yourself, it doesn't mean you're a pussy. It doesn't mean you're weak. It just literally means that like it's a bodily function, like shitting, like puking, like pissing, breathing, anything. You just kind of need to do it sometimes.
Yeah, this is pretty vulnerable of you, Pat. You out here sharing stories about a crowd at a White Castle.
Yeah, dude, I was literally in sunglasses. I mean, I still had sunglasses on. Don't I'm not a weirdo. I was just sitting in a White Castle, just going, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And it's just like, but you just got to do that. You know,
it's very no. You are very correct. I feel like there's been times where I've been having like a difficulty, and then out of nowhere, like one time I was having a rough day, and then I was in the middle of a stretch. Yeah. And then in the stretch, because a lot of times you're getting endorphins from that, and there's a release within the stretch. And then I started crying while stretching. And then I found that afterwards I felt some relief. And there's been a handful of times that like after like a cry, like out of nowhere, that I'm feeling better later on.
Yeah. I think it's just like it's a crazy thing that like people, I think adults don't realize sometimes. Adults in general. Women, I think, are more, they feel like it's more acceptable or to talk
I feel like they're probably more tapped in, right? Because it probably is more acceptable, and they probably do recognize that more. Like, oh, I tend to feel better after a cry, sort of thing.
And it can be joy, it can be sadness, it can be being overwhelmed, it could just be confusion, like anything. Just sometimes you just need a good fucking cry.
I'm glad that you had your sunglasses on because could you imagine what people thought when you were crying over White Castle cheeseburgers? This is so good.
How did they get the onions perfect?
Honey, You gotta come out here.
No. White Castle, not Crystalberg. I'm telling you, it's different here. It's just different.
Yeah. But you know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? Like when I feel a good cry coming on, I'll prepare for the cry. Like I'll I'll help it come on. Like I'll put on some good music, some good crying music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get in my car late at night. I'm gonna have a good cry tonight. Yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah, crying on the way home from, I mean, I think we can all relate to this. Crying home on the way home from a show or a mic sometimes. It's just one of those things where you're like, maybe I'm not worthless. You're like, no, I just needed that. I just needed that little bit of release. And don't do it on stage. Don't do it.
don't cry on stage.
Do it in public. Don't do it on stage.
No,
That
no,
is
no.
a breakdown. That is a breakdown.
Why can't people have a breakdown, or why can't they cry on stage?
If you want to go viral, but like,
If it's not funny, you shouldn't do it on stage as a comedian.
you're right. If it's not funny, you're right. If it's funny, you should absolutely. I actually almost cried on my way there because I was missing my cat so much, and we were in Flagstaff, and there's two dogs in the bar, and they actually came up on stage with me, and I was just like, "You guys just don't know how cool these fucking dogs are."
No.
Like I was very emotional on the trip.
Yeah. I've never come close to crying on stage. I don't think that's ever. When you guys talk about the idea of like kind of prepping up for a cry and all that stuff, I find that sometimes I'll have that thought, and it's like, oh, once I'm maybe by myself or whatever, because I'll be feeling like a particular way, and then I find like the preparation almost like takes me out of it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not able to like actually have a cathartic moment because it's just removed. I feel like a lot of times it just kind of comes out of nowhere. I got RKO'd by my tears.
He's gonna listen to that new Glorilla album and be like, "This is fucking."
Yeah, glow.
I can't believe I'm crying.
Cry. No, no, anymore.
That doesn't work that way. I'm learning. I'm still learning.
It's the words you got words with you in it. They can't say. Like,
I've been told to avoid the R's the whole time. You're never supposed to. Never a hard R, and I've lived my life that way.
unless you're from Memphis. Yeah,
Exactly. They're all hard R's there.
that's so funny. You can't wait. They're all hard R's there.
I mean the vowels.
That's terrible, Pat. That's
Can
really
you put that
awful.
Pat?
He said
They're all. Sheesh.
he said they're all hard R's there.
You moved to Texas for what, 3 months, and now you break yourself with this?
I'm telling you, I got.
Yo,
Goodness.
they're gonna look back on this show this episode like 10 years from now, and probably get mad at me for laughing at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Don't worry, I'll be long gone by then.
it's
Uh,
well,
Good stuff,
this has been a solid EP, fellas. It's been nice being able to chop it up with the team. Pat, I'm glad you're able to join us. Before we wrap things up, I do want to give. It sounds like I'm about to break some news and all that stuff. I do want to just give a quick shout out to the finish of Theodore Dostoevsky's 'The Idiot."
Oh, we did it.
Yeah,
Oh,
man. Roughly 729 pages. It took 4 months. I was doing a read 3 pages a day, and I was able to exceed it. And this bookmark that matches the book perfectly. If for those out there, because like I said, people hit us up afterwards. If you're either interested in this book or have read this book, I would like to share some ideas on it. I'm still in the headspace for it, so feel free to shoot a message to talk some The Idiot.
It's cool you finished that. It's funny you finished that because maybe 2 or 3 episodes on here, my goal was to finish the book about writing
remember.
plots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finished it 2 days ago.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Damn.
working on my plot now, working on my story now. So
Nice scheming. Yes.
Yeah. Reading books.
Cool.
Pat said he doesn't read, so we're good.
Hey guys, I saw a cool movie.
We're gonna get you a book on the Transformers. That's what we're gonna do.
I just have to assume that Dostoevsky wrote 700 pages about me, and now that you know so much about me, you guys can learn to live with me better. Cat's attacking me.
Well, that was another fantastic, beautiful episode of Pat Ebonics.
Yeah.
Producer Pat, appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. I know it was last minute and everything, but I appreciate you having me on.
As always, man. As always. And you get a chance, check out the page, check out the shows. Always take your vitamins and be kind to the people around you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Peace.